I brought you the cookies and the water. You are welcome. Here's the water. You are welcome. And this is Bob Bonanno. He's the president of this company, and he came all the way from Texas.
This mission, so to speak, was started maybe back a couple of years by saying that we're blessed, and but so it gave me kind of a platform.
But the country was offended by that, is what
they were offended by blessed, and so Goya has always been involved in humanitarian things, food donations into Venezuela, all over the globe. It's kind of what we do as immigrants ourselves, or you might say refugees, but immigrants originally. So we have operations in Texas, all over, in the Caribbean and here in Europe. So some of the aid that we started sending here came from our offices in Spain. It got here quickly. So when we were looking for when people were looking for food, we worked with this organization called GEM, Global Empowerment Mission, Michael Capone. And so we started delivering food to them, and they would distribute. They have some guys that go into Ukraine, delivering food and medicine, and also extracting some, this is another group, extracting children that are abandoned, really, in orphanages and things like that. By the platform I had in talking about God and saying that we really as a world need to move closer to God, I received an offer from this woman in San Antonio, Shannon Hasse, beautiful, really spiritual woman, and she offered me a rosary. She said, "Would you take this rosary?" And we said yes, but it didn't stop there. One rosary turned into 15,000 rosaries, and we had them blessed by the Archbishop of San Antonio. Then she said, "Can you take them to the people of Ukraine?" Okay, so we packed up 15,000 rosaries in our suitcases and came over with a group, and we arrived here with 15,000 rosaries, but we really didn't have a plan. And through connections, we connected with the Knights of Columbus, Shimon, and we told them what we had. And I'd say miraculously, these priests in Ukraine, in Lviv, the Dominican priests, they have a petition all of a sudden for rosaries. They said, "We need rosaries, send us rosaries, as many as you can." So we, through this group, we have these military guys that go in and rescue kids. We send in about 8,000 rosaries. They arrived there today, and that's getting it to the people of Ukraine. So we fulfilled our first mission. The second mission, then Shimon says to the Knights of Columbus, "Come to Rebene," and we're here. We celebrated Mass. We have people of all faiths here, people of no faith, that are working here and just opening their hearts. And this beautiful tent they have here with a playroom for the kids and warmth and changing areas and just taking care of the essential needs.
This
and
has to be something that, so you were, as soon as you heard about this conflict and this invasion, you were probably, I probably thought to yourself, you have to do something. So you were drawn to this yourself.
We were drawn in a humanitarian mission. But what happened is it converted into a spiritual mission. The humanitarian mission nourishes the body, but we're seeing and we're being guided by all these signs and the intervention of, I believe, Mary, the Holy Spirit, and the Knights of Columbus to nourish the soul. And so nourishing the body is every couple hours. Nourishing the soul is permanent.
Right.
And so we had three things happen when we got here. First, we had no plan, specifically how to get. So we get this petition from these priests in the Ukraine. We get a petition to come here, and then tomorrow there's going to be a mass at 1:30 p.m. televised worldwide by the Archbishop depot of Czestochowa, which is the home, the most sacred spot in Poland of the Blessed Mary, our Mother of Czestochowa, where they're going to celebrate Mass. So it's a spiritual center of Poland.
Yes.
And so, coinciding with this, Pope Francis decides on the 15th of March, the day we get here, that they're going to consecrate the Immaculate Heart of Mary for Russia and for Ukraine. Then that's a 9-day novena leading up to the 25th. And so it just so happens that it coincides with a lot of things we're doing. We were told to send these rosaries over here. That was our mission. We came here. We could have just, sent food from afar and we're done. No.
Do you have a personal message that you want to give to Vladimir Putin, or maybe the U.S., the United States, or your country, anybody who's against this conflict?
Well, Shannon Hasse, who started with this rosary, she says we have to pray to lighten our hearts. Pray for, she said, pray for Putin, that his heart can be converted. Pray for all of us, because, we as a nation, as a world, we're moving away from God. So what we're hoping with this spiritual mission is a call to prayer and a call to move closer to God, because, the only way to defeat hatred and evil is through love and moving closer to God. Mm-hmm. And again, the nourishment of the soul, of the nourishment of the body is temporary. The nourishment of the soul is permanent. And we need to change our hearts and not throw blame anywhere, but to pray for peace. And it could be we're heading into World War III, or worse. but it could be that by this intervention and call to prayer, move closer to God, it changes the course of where we're headed.